We've now hiked the first 6 sections of the Backbone Trail, running west to east through the Santa Monica Mountains. Oh, it's been pretty grueling, actually. Lots of elevation gains and losses. Today, something special. The section is not only mostly downhill, but it's also the shortest one of the bunch, 6.5 miles. We should be finished before lunch. Oh, looky here, I have a new pack.
Our hike begins at the Lois Ewen Overlook. Directions to it and where to leave a shuttle car are in the description. Overlook seems like a tepid term for this spectacular morning view of the Santa Monica Mountains. On that score, it is definitely the best trailhead anywhere on the Backbone Trail.
One quick note. Lois Ewen, for whom this overlook was named, was a hiker and conservationist. Now, as hard as I tried, I couldn't get any more information about her, but she must have done something special.
After passing this gate, we're now on the Topanga Ridge motorway for a short distance before we come to this overgrown trail on the right called Fossil Ridge. More on that name in a minute. One problem. On this day, the barely visible signs say nothing about this being the Backbone Trail. Trust me, it is.
Just 50 feet from that trailhead, we come to this boulder on the left-hand side, and surprise! Fossils. Now we're in the neighborhood of 2,400 feet in elevation. The ocean is over there, just over there someplace. And that's where these guys used to live some 24 million years ago. Before the mountains existed. At a time when the future Los Angeles was underwater. And then the Santa Monica Mountains started growing to as high as 3 times what they are today. In some places, 10,000 feet. And then erosion started whittling them down. And while all that was happening, these shells were taking a slow elevator ride to where they are today. And who knows, maybe in a few million years after the mountains wash away, these fossils will end up back in the sea again.
This is the first time I've hiked the trail since the 2024 Palisades fire destroyed the hillside here. The path is a bit rugged in places and hard to follow. It's shocking, actually, compared to the pleasant wooded stroll this section used to be. The fossils I remember seeing are probably somewhere, but I couldn't find them. As for today, the trail soon reaches a marked junction where we take a hard left a few feet from Saddle Peak Road. Our descent of Hondo Canyon now starts.
And now for a moment of translation. Hondo is Spanish for deep, and indeed the canyon here has fairly steep walls. Now over the course of 3.3 miles, we're going to lose about 1,500 feet in elevation. Trust me, you wouldn't want to descend this canyon without this trail.
Thankfully, the fire didn't reach over the ridge and into the canyon. This particular morning, a day after it rained, the trail has almost the feeling of a lush rainforest. It takes about an hour to descend, and every step of the way is quite lovely. Eventually, we reach the bottom in this minor stream, a tributary of Topanga Creek. It's a brief climb to Old Topanga Canyon Road, which we cross carefully. Off to the right, the marked Backbone Trail continues from here, climbing a bit, just enough to wake up our leg muscles that were getting used to going downhill.
In the past, I have found this section a tad confusing. What we do is we walk along this fence and we come out on a private road. And then we come to this, I don't know, somewhat obscure trailhead. Now, if you happen to miss this, you'll go past a school and end up back on Old Topanga Canyon Road. Don't want to do that.
Securely on the backbone, we climb for a short distance, all the time watching for two right turn junctions that take us to a level spot on the ridge.
Just a word of caution, this area is often infested with poison oak. The classic method for identifying it is to look for vines with clusters of 3 leaves. And the leaves are often rusty colored, but not always. I absolutely avoid it. The oils can cause rashes and even blisters. It's horrible stuff. There are people who aren't allergic to it and can just walk right through it. Me, I'm not so lucky.
After this left turn at a barely standing trail sign, the occasionally steep path heads downward. This doesn't last long before we hit the bottom at Greenleaf Canyon Road, where we turn right.
And this takes us to Old Topanga Road, and possibly the most dangerous place on the whole backbone. That is, crossing the highway. Be extra careful. And remember, you can't outrun a car going 50 miles an hour.
After making it to the other side in one piece, we find the trail as it climbs above the road's shoulder. This quickly takes us to a restroom and parking lot.
Whew. This place is called Dead Horse. Seems a deceased equine was discovered here when the trail was originally built. Well, as names go, it's at least colorful.
The trail continues just above the picnic tables on an easy, but mostly uphill direction.
The tricky thing about this final section is there are several spur trails along the way, not all of them marked. My advice is to follow this vague rule. Choose the widest path and the one that's going uphill. No guarantees that's going to work. Sorry.
And of course, the trail goes down from here and makes me a liar. We managed to stay on the main route, and in 1.3 miles we reach Mush Trail, where we turn right. From there, we walk, maybe 100 feet or so to the Trippet Ranch parking lot. Given that this morning we were here before the gate opened, we had to park the shuttle car about an extra quarter mile down the road.
Whew. That was a good hike. And it's lunchtime.